Hello. Oh my god, it's late. Hello. Welcome to Gamer Weekly episode 6 this Friday. Thanks for stopping by. In the world of video games this week, I wanted to cover a couple things. Super Smash Bros. Release trailer announcement came yesterday during Nintendo's live stream event. We also had Activision announcing Black Ops 4 release date today. We had Steam deciding that they were going to start shipping video games again, physically, to buyers. Cosplay Corner, and then some absolute moronic stuff by Donald Trump. Jumping right into it, during Nintendo's Direct Live stream event yesterday, Thursday, they announced that Smash Bros. 2 was in development and that it would be released within this year on the Switch platform, which is huge news. We haven't heard anything about it. There was a trailer. We saw a lot of our notable characters that we're always used to seeing: Link, Zelda, Mario, Yoshi, Princess Peach, Donkey Kong, Star Fox, and then there were some characters shrouded in a little mystery, shall we say, and we shall see what they're up to and who they are when it releases this year. The producer for the game, Masahiro Sakurai, announced on Twitter that he will be producing the game again, which is kind of a surprise because he historically has been the producer of this title and the franchise, but it has had some significant health effects on him in the past, so it's surprising to see him come back to the IP yet again, although we are very excited to see that happen. Treyarch announced today, along with Activision at an event, that they decided to attend instead of going to the sham event that was held at the White House about video games today. Announced that Black Ops 4 will be released this year. Huge news. There has been speculation for several months on Twitter, Polygon, other websites on the internet that Black Ops 4 was coming. It was the next COD franchise game to come out, and that it would be made by Treyarch. I talked about this a couple weeks ago. It's kind of, I don't know, it's not really that good of speculation. I mean, if you look at the progression and how Activision handles the title and the IP, Black Ops 4 was, Black Ops was basically next in line, considering that Treyarch has developed all 3 Black Ops games. And it's their turn to develop a COD game. So they would make what they know. It kind of makes sense. So, moving along today, at an event in Washington, Steam announced that they will be shipping Artifact, their companion game to Dota 2, as a physical card game to buyers. This is something that Steam has not done in quite a significant amount of time, and it was interesting because Gabe Newell actually said that there are other games that Steam and Valve are working on that are brand new IPs, nothing that we've ever seen before from Valve, and that there is an anticipation that Artifact actually is the first in a series of games that actually will be available for physical purchase. Keep me posted on that. In our cosplay corner this week, we are featuring Dankish, a Canadian by birth, but now he lives in Seattle, Washington. He's been fairly active in cosplay since around 2010 and has a proclivity for ninjas and armored style characters. Awesome cosplayer to check out. Links for all these stories and cosplayers and so much more in the description below. Please take a moment to check that out as well. The last story of the day, and in closing, and I swear I sat down this week and I said, Joshua, this is not going to happen. You are not going to talk about Donald Trump in video games again. And yet again, here I am talking about Donald Trump. Because if you go to your Google search engine today and you Google video games or video game news and you click on relevance and you sort by posting, Donald Trump pretty much dominates the Google feed. Trump's misguided, biased meeting on video games today started with him playing a clip to the people that he attended this closed meeting, which I find interesting because almost all of Trump's meetings of this style, like conference, like let's get together and share opinions and have ideas kind of meetings, usually has the press at them. And it distinctly did not have the press today, which I thought was very interesting. So he played this video game that's very graphic, and I'm not going to play it on the screen because I really don't feel that it's pertinent. I think you're stringing a bunch of things together to make an event that's not actually happening, that never actually has happened. It's kind of total poor taste. So Trump put this video, and then he asked, put this video up, played it, and then asked people, does this seem violent to you? I don't know, Trump, does it seem violent to you? Did you watch it before you played it for the people you invited to your house? Oh, seriously. Robert Altman, who is the CEO of ZeniMax, and Strauss Zelnick, who is the chief executive of Take-Two Interactive, were both in attendance. And we're talking about big players in the video game industry. And they both pointed to studies, very, very poignant studies, massive studies that have shown over the last decade that video games do not lead to an increase in violence. In fact, they lead to a decrease in violent crimes, especially when large IPs release. It's funny, they can link the statistics of a game like Call of Duty or Halo or Fortnite releasing to a decrease in violence among youth because they're home playing video games. Interestingly enough, one of the studies that they cited was a Pew Research done in 2015 of Americans that showed that 49% of Americans on average, on a weekly basis, played a variety of different genres of video games. And yet in that year, there were 33,000 plus deaths by guns in America. That same research goes to Japan, shows that 60% of Japanese people play video games on a weekly basis of a similar style of genres. There were 4 deaths. 4 deaths in Japan in 2015 from guns. On that wonderful note, I will leave you until next time.